I'm purple-hearted, yeah. Fake friends showed up Lafayette, I'm purple-hearted, can't tell what's real no more, so I'm not trusting nobody. I'm purple-hearted, my heart bruised.
All right, good morning. I am the one, the only Matic B movement. And you know what I'm saying? We revamping the Quick 15 podcast. So it'll be me and my special guest host, Mr. Lafayette, the final ruler.
Two young girls and an old head.
Almost forgot what we ain't done it in so long, he almost forgot what to say.
I ain't forget that we incorporated now.
And also today, we got a special guest host. Y'all might know him. Y'all ladies might hate him. Y'all ladies might love him. My man HippieHeem's back.
The ultimate salesman.
So what's on your mind today, HippieHeem?
You know, I just been, since we've had some time off, you know, had a chance to really pay attention to the social dynamics of men and women. And not just on the social media level, you know, but also in public, you know, because everything that happens on social media isn't exactly what's happening in real life.
Right.
But in a lot of ways, they both mimic each other, right? People will see a dance on social media, they'll do it in real life, right? People will, you know, go through something in real life and they'll put it on social media, right? So it's a constant exchange, right? And so, you know, what made me want to come on today was the fact of the women fighting for this bonnet culture, right? This right to rep your hair. You know,
the bonnet culture, you call it?
The bonnet culture, pajama culture is what it really is. You know, a lot of people are saying that, you know, people are policing women's hair, policing black women's hair and things like that, which is cool. You know, if you don't think that a man has a right to comment on what a woman does or whatever,
right, then
it, you know, should be the same all across the board, right? But of course it's not. Women will say what they don't like, men will say what they don't like, right? Women say, we don't want do-rags to be worn outside. Me personally, fine with it. Don't want to see niggas wrapping their hair up anyway. When you do-rag in the crib, brush your hair, walk outside. Sagging your pants is corny and look dirty.
I hate that.
I agree. When you walk behind a man and y'all walking up some steps, that nigga pants is still down. He's not gonna pull his pants up to walk up them steps. He's gonna be the same way going up them damn steps. I'm not comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why. Who started that?
It came from jail.
That's what they said. You know what I mean? Wherever it came from,
stop it.
It's nasty.
It's disgusting.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, before we go, listen. Anything this man says that any woman don't like, feel free to hit our Instagram page and we'll bring you on and you can rebut the man. How about that?
So, you know, the thing about not being able to check each other it seems like a culture in itself. You know, if we don't hold each other to a standard at all, then we fall as a community, as a nation. You know what I'm saying? If we don't say, yo, this is right and this is wrong, then where will it end? You know what I mean? I personally have a problem with women wearing bonnets outside. I do not like to see it, and I think it represents us wrong.
Yeah, that's always at the airport, especially.
Come on, man. And the pajamas at the airport. Yeah. And that's what Monique was saying, you know, when she went on. And
they gave her hell, and she was nice and polite about it.
Exactly. Who wants to see your funky ass in those pajamas? You know what I mean? It looks dirty.
Pajamas supposed to be worn in the bedroom, not in public, and I see it a lot. They go to the store. You just got your little wrenchy ass out of bed, right? Didn't wash up, well, I'm going to go straight to the store.
I don't even think pajamas supposed to be worn in the bedroom. I think it could be worn around the house. Because in the bedroom, I want my woman nude.
Well, okay, I mean, I can
She
understand your
food, baby.
preference. However, I'm
Nothing
saying
on that.
pajamas and night attire is not supposed to
Let
be
me
worn in
ask you a
public.
question. How do you rather eat the candy, with the wrapper on or off?
I gotta take it off.
Think that's what I'm saying. That's why I went in my bedroom.
gotta take it off
It's
first.
no fucking clothes policy.
You like them old kids that don't never come with wrappers.
That's right, man. That's right. Open the box, the shit's just eat.
Y'all crazy. We used to back
But
in
I
the day,
digress.
we
Go
had
on.
2-cent grab bag.
I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. If I ain't had no kids, man, it'd be
But at what
nothing to do.
respect do, as he put it, what respect level is your mental capacity in? Because it's just some things that's supposed to be sacred, like in the house.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not, okay, I forgot to get some at the store. Then wash up, put some clothes on.
And
Just run into the store with your scarf on and a do-rag and your pajamas doesn't look appropriate to me.
but see, that's what women are arguing, right? Respect supposed to be no matter what. As if somebody is saying we should go out there and just disrespect women
No.
because they're not dressed appropriately.
No.
What we're saying is that respect ultimately comes from respecting yourself, showing,
Pretty much.
your presentation, how you present yourself.
Right.
Because we people say that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover and all that type of stuff, but the truth is that how do you know when there's danger around? By being judgmental, right? You have to judge everything that's going on. The way a person's, their physical presence. You know what I'm saying? If you're arguing with somebody and they sit up or they
That
stand up,
mannerism,
yeah,
Body
right.
language.
If you walking at night by yourself and somebody's got a hoodie on and it's dark, you're most likely either going to cross the street or you're going to have some kind of awareness about that person versus a person who's walking in a suit at night. You know what I mean? Because if that person's walking in a suit and they're not like sloppy drunk or coming out of a bar,
Right.
you're going to automatically assume this person's probably cool. You probably got some business to handle. You know what I'm saying? Because they look like they're doing something. But if you come outside wearing pajamas, what am I supposed to assume about?
It's all about perception.
If you come outside wearing a bonnet,
John Wick wore a suit.
Yeah.
He ain't fuck with nobody.
I mean, you have the right to, in America, you have the right to do whatever you want. I can't stop that because some people say, well, I'm only running to the store. But the perception, because in this day and age, right, you don't know what's on another person's mind. And he see you walking in the grocery store with your pajamas on, half naked, you don't know what kind of perception that gives him in his mind. You're not going to do it 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, is you?
yeah.
But see, look, like the women, I want to say 60s and the 40 to 60 range, they cut from a different cloth. They come from when you walked out that door, your grandma have a goddamn fit. You better go in and wash your hair, brush your hair, do something.
Right.
The famous line, do something with yourself before you go out there. You know what I'm saying? They don't got big mama. Right. They don't got, you know what I'm saying? Right now, the moms is partying with the daughters and smoking weed with the sons. This is
And
that's what I
that
said.
respect them just went out the window.
You know what I'm saying? And I always have a fit with my daughter. I'm like, when we get ready to go, I'm like, only time I don't have a problem is when if she gonna go play. I don't care what you put on. If we're going to the playground and stuff like that, you're gonna tear it up. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? But if we going somewhere, I have a fit. Like, well, I'm like, what are you doing? I got to calm down. I get depressive.
Because the image
Right.
You know, see, and that's what people, or the women and the men, have to be mindful of. It's what you're portraying can be insulting to other people.
Right. You're supposed to be a freaking
pride, man. What's wrong with having pride? Which camera is it? This one? What's wrong with having pride? I think that pride goes a long way. When people say don't be prideful, like if you're starving and you have to ask for some food, I get it, right? Pride, you gotta do what you gotta do. But if you have control over your situation, you have control, right? Women are free to do whatever they want. Nobody is forcing women to do anything. Y'all can damn near come outside with pasties on your nipples and walk out and nobody can say nothing. Cool. cool. But at the end of the day, you will be judged, and it's immature to feel like you shouldn't be. Because when you walk inside of an office, you dress to your best, right? If you're a business person, right? If you have any kind of appointment, you're gonna dress to your best, right? You're gonna put on the nicest, pantsuit, whatever women wear in the office, right? They're gonna look, because you're trying to set a certain image.
Right.
It should be the same way when you step out into public, because you're representing not only yourself but your community. So when people drive through your community and they're calling your people dirty and they're saying this and they're saying that you're lazy, what does it look like if you're walking to the store at any time in pajamas? Don't you look lazy if you're wearing pajamas all day? Mm-hmm. So a person has the right to judge you on that, because that's what you're giving them. If you twerking on Instagram all day, I'm gonna assume
that's what you do.
That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're presenting me with. You know what I'm saying? If you're wearing a tongue ring, I'm gonna assume you're doing stuff with your tongue. You know what I'm saying? Everything has a...
No,
everything has, you know what I'm saying? Every image is gonna be judged.
It brings me back to the old saying, because I'm old school, right?
Yeah.
There's two situations that society look at men and women differently.
Yeah.
If a man goes out and get pissy drunk, sloppy, throwing up, falling down on a Saturday night, and the neighborhood see it, but on Sunday morning he wake up and put a suit on, go to church, they still call him Mr.
Yeah.
But let a female do that, right. The next day, the women in the block or the men, look at that husband. Now you already gave her a title. You see what I mean? But then, I guess the message is that you gotta be mindful what you do, right? The way you present yourself, because first of all, I'm not gonna allow my woman to do that. First of all, you're not walking out the door, getting in the car to go run to no store, no pajamas, no hair wrap. Because I'm going to say, you look like a fool.
But most women don't have it, man.
Well, guess what?
This is true.
Then
we 16 to 1 now.
We're talking to them. At what point do you respect yourself? Because everything is not appropriate in society. Right? Okay, you don't have a man, but then you think that I can wear pajamas to the store to get one? That's not appropriate.
See, that's what they saying. I'm not worried about no man when I walk to the store. I'm not worried about nobody. I don't care. Even one girl I seen in the comment of this one video, she said something I don't want any blessing where if I'm wearing my bonnet to get my hair done, if I'm wearing my bonnet any time, it blocks a blessing. I don't want that blessing. What God got for me, a bonnet's not going to stop the blessing. Something to that. And I was just thinking, women's concept of God even seems to be diluted. Because everybody thinks God is an anything God. God is an anything goes God. How I think about God, that's how God is. I manifested this God. There's no text where God says anything goes. All right? There has never been a time period in life where you can do anything and still get
and please God, no, it's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not how it works.
Right.
It's just not how it works, man.
Because he asked for respect
and standards. Yeah. God damn it, God's got standards, man. And we should too.
I see a lot of people that say, "Well, this is God in my opinion." If that's the case, then we all got different gods. Then we all got because it's like, in my opinion, God is this. We can't. How are we gonna say that?
Well, you know where they get it construed is, if I'm saying the word right. Faith is just a belief system, right? That's all it is, right? I can't deny you for what you believe in, and you can't deny me what I believe in.
Right.
But when you start putting emphasis on it, like I can just do whatever I want and it's okay with God because he's a forgiving God. Well, it just doesn't work like that all the time.
Well, that's why I push people. You know what I'm saying? I never just take anybody's, well, I believe this. That's why I start asking questions. Because I know you don't really believe that shit. You know what I mean? People will say whatever at the moment to fit how they want to be perceived at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because at that moment, they want to be who they are.
Right.
Especially a stranger. You know what I mean? But let me say this real quick. It's one subject that you had put, one thing you had said, I'm trying to remember it real quick. Because you switched subjects a little bit when you was talking. You said something to the likes of, you said, I know, I'm drawing a blank. Because I wanted to say something on it, but it was,
Who moves today?
Yeah.
Faith is a belief system.
Yeah, it was right before you started talking about the faith part. It's all
The way people portray themselves, right? Because I've noticed, like, it's, to have this saying, according on the situation, it all depends, and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, is it all depending on your head, or is it all depend on what's right and what's wrong? Because mama didn't raise you to be going out there like a sassy whoremonger, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go.
And respect is due regardless. I don't care who you are. See, that's what's wrong. The point you made is that you got to show one, teach one, and that's what I think our youth, the millennials, are not getting today, because they just do what they want. But then as soon as we step in and say, no, brother, there's a better way to do that. Don't tell me what to do. I'm grown. Just because you're grown don't make it right.
All right, so, this is something I talk, with my parents and my grandparents and stuff like that. I tell them that one of the places that I noticed that we went wrong was saying is, I do what I want no matter what nobody else says. You know what I'm saying? I said, we dropped the community aspect. I said, okay, yeah, you don't want your neighbor beating your kid. I get it.
Yeah, I get that.
I get it. But to tell your neighbor they can't say something to your kid when they see them doing wrong was wrong.
Yeah.
To remove the community from your household was the first wave, really, of dysfunction. Because even if you didn't have a man in your house, Mr. Charles, a couple of doors down, was that man who was going to check your kid.
Yeah, right.
But you know something? In the white neighborhoods, they still like they see the kid, Mr. John's kid. Hey, what are you doing over there?
Right.
They do that. Right. Well, I don't know why we cut that shit off, because I don't get it.
It's all out of their minds. Don't tell them you don't do nothing. See, because back in the day when that was in full effect, where you did something wrong and your neighbor would whoop your ass, bring you back to your house and tell him that because he caught you doing wrong, they would respect that because you're trying to show him a different path than the way he's going.
But the parents got younger now.
But now they get, this is the deal, right? When you sitting down and you smoking with your kids, right then and there. There's boundaries between parenthood and a child and your child, right? I'm not gonna allow my child to sit down and get high with me. That's a no-no.
You see, that's older generation.
You see what I mean?
This is like generation.
My son, perfect example. My son, I'm very proud of him right now. He's a Philadelphia firefighter. He's doing good for himself. Right? He came in the house one day with his pants hanging off his behind. I stopped him at the door. I said, "Excuse me, you gotta pull your pants up, because do nobody want to smell crack in your ass? That's my wife over there."
Right.
And he's like, "But dog, I'm your father, not your friend." You see what I mean? That's where they get it twisted. I'm not your friend. I'm your father. And if you don't remember that respect part, you think that you could just call me your dog or your friend, then that's where it gets all out of whack. You know what I mean? Because the respect aspect has to stay within that boundary all the way through life. Because once you lose that, you lose your child.
I agree. However, when it's a kid raising a kid,
well, in this society, in this day and age,
that you know what I'm saying, and then you got the mom saying, well, I'm still gonna live my life. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the grandma who's 36. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna live my life. And you know what I'm saying? So she leaving that little girl to figure this out on her own. Like I'm still gonna do me. See, and that's where all this shit changed at. We ain't got Big Mama no more. You know what I'm saying?
But
go ahead.
A lot of people's big mamas wasn't right.
True.
And that's where it began. Okay? Because when we talk about big mama, we talk about the ones who was raising the people who was born in the 1940s, 1930s. You know what I'm saying? Those people who in the 80s and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? My mother's grandmother, which was my great grandma, you know what I'm saying? Women of her generation was preaching the wrong thing already, as far back as. And she was born in 1920 something or something.
Right, and
you know what I'm saying? They were still preaching the mold the man and things like that. You gotta mold them. You gotta do. They was already going down the wrong path as in the early 1900s. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back further than we think. Then, don't get me wrong, women's right to vote and all that, respect all that. But the more freedoms given, right, the more laws in women's favor, the more they just like, fuck it, we're gonna do whatever we want.
Right.
And you can, but the response to it is gonna be the response, right? I can take a gun and go shoot somebody right now, but people are gonna judge me based off of my actions. You know what I'm saying? I can dress like a shooter. People are gonna perceive me like I can't walk certain places looking like that, right? They'll stop me. I live in a county. People in Philly will always say, bro, I don't go to the county because I get pulled over. You know why? Because you look like somebody from the city.
Say the
you know
way
what I'm saying? They're judging.
Thug.
But they judging you though.
Yeah.
You can't drive into the county with a hood on
Or that
just
rag.
all the way back.
Yeah, right.
You can't.
You
You gotta put your seat up. You gotta put a seatbelt on
Right,
because they watching you. You know what I'm saying?
That
It's
thug
perception.
mentality will get you
Right.
jammed.
You can't look through the window like this. I understand, black people in the county and stuff like that. Of course, you definitely being judged on race, of course. But not only that, you being judged on all the other shit you got going on. You can't come in that drawing with all your wheels kind of flat on your wheel. They judge you on that. Why your wheel look like that? Yeah, it's still right. Yeah, it's still right, but why it look like that? What you up to? You know what I'm saying? I had a cop pulled me over. He said, listen, man, I would have never pulled you over. You got two flat-looking tires. He said, the cylinder coming down in your wheel. He said, your car just looks suspect. You know what I'm saying? He said, he didn't even write me a ticket. He didn't even write me a ticket. He just I had to see what was going on. I'm riding through the lawn side. They make whatever amount of money a year. It's a lot of old white people. You know what I'm saying? I definitely had my seat. I'm 19 years old. Definitely had my seat all the way back in the back seat. Definitely was drunk. I probably was doing 80. I don't even know what I was doing. Because I don't look at the speedometer when I'm driving. You know what I'm saying? But what it come down to was, if I would have had my seat up, my seatbelt right, make sure my wheel was right when I rolled through the joint, especially being
Put some air in the tires.
place, you feel me? My pop always tried to teach me this growing up. You know what I'm saying? He said it to me and my brother growing up. He would always say, yo, you represent us when you leave out this house. He said,
The image.
he said, I named you HippieHeem for a reason. I know you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He said, I know you don't. I know you don't give a fuck. He said, you say it all the time. He said, I know you don't. He said, if there's anybody in this world I know really just don't give a fuck, it's you. He said, but guess what? You still represent us when you leave out this house. You still, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to be a part of this family, You gotta pull your pants up, bro.
And
you gotta iron. You can't walk out here with a wrinkled shirt all the time. I used to not like the iron. I ain't gonna lie. Forget. I ain't never see iron.
just put it on any kind of way. Huh?
He like, come on, man.
Hence,
you know what I'm saying?
Hence the bonnet.
He said when I was your age, I was getting my stuff tailored. I go down to the tailor and go get a suit made. He said because that's what the ladies like, and because you know what I'm saying, how I look when I walk out the house.
The perception. I'm gonna be presentable.
He said, and the kind of women that I would get, the kind of respect that I would get. He said, being a man, it go for men and women, but this is a man trying to teach a boy how to be a man. You feel me? So he was putting me on the game, and it took me a while. I can't lie. I'm very, very, very rebellious. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking 32.
Well, thank you.
We know. We see it.
But that even goes as far as you as a young man going to get an application or to apply for a job. How can you go in for an interview with your pants hanging off your ass, with a do-rag on, right? And you get in the chair and you're like this. Like, I don't give a fuck if you hire me or not. I'm just here because I got it because of unemployment or my PO said it. It's all about attitude, man. Like, come on, bro.
I was in court in Jersey, and people had on T-shirts like me and you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm in court in Jersey, they got on T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? I got a full suit on.
Me too.
Tied up
I can't go to court without a suit on.
I'm
That's the way I was trained.
I like to sit by myself so the judge can see me alone. I like to sit by myself, you know what I'm saying? So the judge can see
I ain't with this shit here.
Yeah. The judge said, everybody with a T-shirt on, stand up. He said, yo, everybody with a T-shirt on, stand up.
Get out my courtroom.
Everybody get out. Y'all had to get out of the courtroom.
That's right. Because it's not presentable.
And that's considered a missed court date. You know what I'm saying?
And you get a fine.
So but it's respect.
Right.
But it's not. I'm like, people are like, but I'm walking outside, I'm walking to the store. I understand that, man. I'm trying to name.
It's the perception that you show.
Right. Yeah. And play. I mean, like I said, look. Most like let's take. I'm gonna take it. I worked in Zion Baptist Church for 9 years, brother. And what I noticed when I saw them older ladies on Sunday. When I saw them on Monday the same way, saw them on Tuesday, saw them on Wednesday, because I ain't open 7 days.
Yeah.
If I saw them in the market on a humbug, they was always to the max. Always
presentable, ladylike.
You know what I'm saying? Always
right.
So let's see the older, like that's what I'm saying. The older women got a problem with the bonnet thing because this is not how a lady step in the street. A lady supposed to be always ready.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think a bonnet only supposed to be worn when you go in the bed or you getting your hair done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All that wind outside, it doesn't show a unique taste for me, you know what I mean? Because it's like, did you just wake up? Are you coming and going from the shop? Because ain't nothing that important.
Are you running late?
Yeah.
Are you slow?
Yeah. Are you
You know
slow?
what I'm saying? Because when you see somebody in pajamas, is there something mentally wrong with you? What would make
You got a point there. You got a real good point there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What would make you think that this is okay? Even if you ain't got nothing to do that day.
If you wasn't taught right, you're going to just do whatever you think is right? That suits you.
No.
And then as soon as someone questions you, then you tell them, mind your business, right?
There's no excuse
I'm
in
grown. Because you grown doesn't make it right. And I'm going to say that 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Because this concept of being grown, saying that I can do whatever I want, well, let me explain something to you. Most people that do what they want are in jail.
I'm gonna say this one thing, and I want ladies to understand this. You dress up for anything else. You dress up for anything else.
You know what it is? They don't think that black man have the ability to ask anything of them. But see, the same women will tell you that you need to protect black women. That you need to risk your goddamn life. The life that you've been working so hard to achieve the best for you and your family. That you go out here every single day at 3, 2 in the morning, wake up and go to work every single day to provide for your family. You're supposed to risk your life Lay down your life for the same women that'll tell you, fuck you, I ain't taking off no bonnet.
Or
That same woman,
put your ass in risk by winning.
that same woman,
Man, I
you
know
think,
it.
you think you supposed to lay down your life for that? The same one
Because
who's telling you, I'm gonna do whatever I want no matter what you
No.
say. You supposed to risk
When
your
you
life?
want to do whatever you want, I have a saying for that. It's been nice, but have a good day. Because see, when you say I can do whatever I want, can't nobody tell me nothing, there's no more discussion with me.
Exactly.
See, because I done got to the point where you got mindset, your mind frame, and can't nobody enter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I've been lucky enough to have never had a woman who wore a bonnet out ever. You know what I'm saying? Not many men can say that. I have been lucky and been blessed enough to never have had a woman.
Oh, that's a good
step out
thing.
with a bonnet.
But it's an argument. That's a motherfucking argument.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't letting nothing say.
Because see, you got to remember, this is what I think they fail. What you just said, your daddy said, when you leave the house, you represent, you my woman, and when you leave out the house, you represent this family. I think I want my woman to be walking out there representing that she can free, she can do whatever she wants. No, because where is the respect?